Welcome back, Divine Feminine. We're here to do the weekly edition for you, and we also do cover the karmic third party as well as Divine Masculine. If you do want to see where the joint connection is, we cover it weekly and it will be on Premiere, so remember to click the bell. Now, if you're wanting this content early, I do have these out in the members a week ahead of the crowd, so come through and join our VIPs. Let's have a look at your cards and see what I see coming through for you now. Already, the first card that we do have off the bat is the Twin Flame card. Now, this is pretty special. You know, to be able to get a reading with these cards, and the first thing that comes out is Twin Flame does actually bode pretty positively. This is something that is really on your mind, but I do see a few hurdles coming through here. Nevertheless, I do see this to be quite a positive shift. Now, let's just go back to the main. In the past position. Now, those of you that follow me long enough, you do know we can't cord cut. I always love it when we, look to the past. But there could have been some things we were owning in a karmic cycle and carrying, even though we weren't meant to. And sometimes that can be a karmic situation that was playing out with Divine Masculine, and we were somehow, and we don't realize we're doing this, honest to gospel. Only reason I know is because I coach twins as well as I am one, and I did it myself. So for some, it could have been a situation where through your vibration, the karmic situational ship may have been held because of forgiveness that was requiring. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean, hey, I think you're cool. It's almost like releasing it because it could have been something that was really mirroring a circumstance that you personally went through years ago. And so it comes up in the Twin Flame path for you to look at so that you can make peace with your personal past. It's not that you actually have a cord with the karmic, but the karmic will bring about those traumas, so to speak. And the karmic also doesn't have to be a romantic partner, and they don't even need to be with the person anymore. There is something of a cord-cutting nature. This could have been psychic attacks you were experiencing, feeling like something was never going to change, something was never going to be releasing you from the shackles in order for you to receive what? The Twin Flame path. Whatever you were believing those blockages were, some of you may have, gone to a psychic. This is mediumship, right? Some of you may know deep down inside, we tend to get the signs and synchronicities. You also may not have known why there was a hold up with your counterpart when it did come to consistency. Some of you could have been superstitious that they hadn't cut the cord with the karmic. And intuitively it was like, okay, do I need to visualize success? Is there something on my side energetically? But again, there is something that you became privy to, and it's almost like from an intuitive level, you may have some instincts of something pending, something happening. I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is going to be inevitably a very good thing, because I do see a physical transformation happening here. We've had the butterfly and the mediumship energy, and I think it's you with your intuition, as long as you keep your vibration high. I know last week it was a little bit low. This also may be a little bit difficult due to the fact that we are still in Mercury kind of shadow retrograde, eclipses. So trying to keep clear, trying to trust your heart, having the signs and synchronicities, second guessing yourself is going to be super detrimental to that process. Try to visualize that happy place. Some of you may need to go to your happy place. I do see you can really see things differently to other people, but you do also need to know that universe kind of does make these things happen a lot quicker for us when we get out of our own way. And so this visualization, if you're, for instance, saying to yourself, oh my gosh, this is going to be 20 years, this is always going to be that way, you're actually really messing up the Abrahamic equation. So we psychologically can actually put extra blocks there. It's like we manifest them into fruition. Your third eye is very, very strong this week. So some of you could be getting headaches. You could be having deep revelations and insight and a lot of psychic downloads. Some of you are actually realizing some old patterns that you had to let go of. This could have been all the way back to your childhood, For some of you, if you do have children, your child is actually saying things to you, which is helping and aiding you. It's almost like they're becoming your little medium, you know, and that's a group of you. That's not all of you. But I do feel from childhood, you might have felt quite isolated, quite misunderstood. And this journey at times has made you feel pulled back. This individual is very similar to you in so many ways. If you also are worried that they're not going to be able to kick a habit, it's actually saying they can. You also can wear citrine on you to aid you with that, especially if you're trying to kick some bad habits at the moment. I feel this can also be behavioral blockages. It could be a blockage that is coming up in your chakras. This can be a bit challenging in the next few weeks only because of the moon, the eclipse. It can get us quite down. It can get us back up in our heads, and it can make us actually look at that shadow, especially with Pluto retrograde. So if you are feeling down and you're using pacifiers, be it it's food or chocolate, be it it's anxiousness, just know that whatever these self-fulfilling prophecies are, if they're not serving you, tune out of it and go and do something productive. You know, have that self-worth. Know that you're worthy. Know that, you know, whatever body you come in, you're worthy. You're a worthy vessel. But I do see a bit of a detox going on here now. Some of you also could be to the point where you're feeling food isn't vibrating correctly for you. And I definitely see third eye and throat chakra coming up quite heavily. Yeah, some of you also eliminating toxic friends. Ooh, that jumped out. Yeah, who require you to be leveled up, but they're not leveled up themselves. Purge them. Yeah, this is taking you all the way back. You're going, oh, I thought I learnt this lesson. Yeah, we can't do the work for other people. We can't. Like, you know, it's the old saying, we can lead a horse to water, we can't make it drink. The first thing I thought when I saw this crowning energy was this divine feminine questioning if she's a twin. That's okay. It's normal. Saturn's in Pisces. There is a possibility some of you are. Back down here to the indigo. The clarifiers are showing that you're doing the work, but you feel is the other one going to be able to get out of their way? Yes, I do feel so from the clarifiers. But you are very, very sensitive at the moment. Does feminine go through certain things first? Yes, but it's not to say they're not going through it simultaneously in a different way. Yeah, okay, there's a wrap up. Definitely a wrap up here. There's some old emotion that you're purging at this point, but I do think, look, on foundation level, if there's silence, you're wondering why. They're also asking you to hear a person out. Not that it can actually say that an excuse is acceptable, but it's also, it's a little bit like if someone's talking over us. It's impolite. So our guides here, we've got air chakra. First thing I'm getting is, look, sometimes we need to hear things. The other message I'm getting is that you could be so fatigued right now that you're tuning out of white noise. Okay, somebody's around at the moment you've got to be very careful of. I don't think this is, this could be in relation to your twin flame path, but if your aura is getting quite zapped, it could be somebody who's thinking quite negatively on you. You could be embodying theirs, and that would be the cord cutting there. I do feel there can be something that moves quite quickly that is very, very positive. You know, think back to the days when you used to get a message. I was laughing about this with my partner. I said, oh my gosh, I thought I won lotto when I got a phone call from you. You know, way back in the day, you know, and you'd be on cloud nine and then you come roaring down like a, you know, a plane crashing. So I do see there's something where you're a bit la. This could be a way with the fairy moment, a daydreaming. If you are not wanting to talk to this person, there is an offering here, but there is a requirement to forgive. I don't know what this is in the context of. Let's find out. Okay, your guides are actually clearing the way. If you're struggling with your path right now, they're saying give all of your worries to them. If you physically do, even if they're sending you signs and they're going, hey man, you know, we're here to tell you this person's on their way. We're here to tell you that you're going to see them, you're going to talk to them, you're going to have a future with them. If you are of that mindset where all you can see is blocks and hurdles and adversity, I want you to give it to your guides. Okay, because as you do such, you're moving into detachment, and especially if you're feeling pretty fatigued or down, what they're actually doing is if there's any trauma that's coming up, it could be there for a good given reason, that it needs to be healed. But also don't be so hard on yourself. You don't have to be perfect, especially to actually move into union. FYI, you don't. Okay, somebody is missing you. This person's missing you. Okay, they're saying in order to have union, you're going to have to let down your guard. And I feel for many of you have. If they did have a moment of grace and they weren't with anybody, they're saying it's not personal. Some of them I do feel this week are a bit run down. Yeah, a bit run down. Yeah. They're asking for you to lower your armor because I feel they're coming in. But they're also in the full awareness that if there is an inability to feel safe within this connection, to reestablish the trust within the connection, they can't get past your wall. I will check into this next week. If you do want these a week ahead of the crowd come through, don't forget to come and see the joint connection. Let's see if this situation shifts.